Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final table of our 100K single day kickoff event here for the PokerAtlas Tour at Texas Courthouse. DT in the booth gonna bring y'all the play-by-play here for this final table. Nice little turnout. Give you all a little glimpse of what they're playing for. These are the final 9. First place is going to win a cool 25-525. First person out going to take home 25-40. Not bad for a $400 entry. So we have Chonder in seat 1, Kenneth in seat 2, Santos in seat 3, Jonathan in seat 4, Luis in seat 5, Sean in seat 6, Ricardo in seat 7, Kevin in seat Timmy Bands himself in seat 8, and Kevin in seat 9. Not a bad turnout. Good way to kick off the PokerAtlas Tour here. This weekend we'll be having today we're starting with the $200 multi-day multi-flight multi-day 100K guarantee. The last one we had pushed well over $200,000. This one we're hoping we'll do the same. As we're right into shoving, King Queen off, Ricardo under the gun. Pretty standard. 80,000s, the big blinds, 40, 80, 80. T-bend folding the ace-9 suited. Pretty standard. This is pretty much the only hand it's in good shape against. Chonder folding another suited ace. Not much going on around the table. See if the big blind has something to look him up in, and Jack-6 not gonna. Just gonna give it the cursory count. We're not gonna look it up with Jack-6.
635.
It's a good price, but this is too weak of a hand. Jack-6 suited, still probably too weak. It just makes the fold. Good pickup. Picks up at least enough blinds to survive one more orbit. Hope everybody out there is having a good afternoon so far. Thanks for joining me for the conclusion of this final table for our event 1. Single day 100K.
Blinds are up, 40,
We have a plethora of events going on throughout this week and the next week. Concluding with our $600 main event, which is a 300K guarantee. It's another multi-flight, multi-day tournament. And that will conclude with a final table the following Monday. So it'll be a 3-day event. Day 1, Day 2, and Day 3 will be the final table. And that will be live streamed and commentated by yours truly.
It's not like friends.
Bringing you all the action.
I see you so much. Sorry for my English. I'm just telling you because I see you so much. I don't see it.
No, my English is not my first language. Sorry.
There were over 400 entries for this too. Trying to looking at threes. This is not a great spot to be in. Our stack's a little awkward. We can pilot it, and click it, or fold. And with someone who in the big blind is hopefully pretty snug, we can open this. If he's defending pretty lightly, we can just fold this. Don't mind the open. Santos is just going to rip it. This is where we run into a problem, because we can't even call this jam.
C3 is 620.
Luis is just going to fold. I mean, given this action, Queen 10 looking pretty poor.
620 is correct.
As y'all can see, we have our new chips in play. Those cotton candy chips are the 25K chips. The red and black chips are the 100Ks. And then those white chips are the 5Ks. Chandler thinking about flicking in the call. This is realistically the best case scenario. I don't think Santos would shove deuces. You don't really have it. I would think that I don't have a lot of fold equity. And Ace Jack does pretty well against the hands that you don't think you have a lot of fold equity. Chander's going to raise a lot of the kings. King X's does make the call. They will be racing for Santos's tournament life.
Zoe Demand versus Ace Jack.
Clean flop for threes. Just needs a dodge, an ace and a jack. Now an ace, jack, or king. Does. Threes hold. And with that, we will say goodbye to Santos, who's eliminated in 9th place. We'll take home 25-40 for his efforts. Still not a bad payout. There we go. 357 entries. Not bad. Then 8th place now we'll get at least 3,070. It's a big pickup for Chander too. I mean, that's a big flip to win there. Now with 2 million chips.
I had raised to 165. He went all in for 620. Yeah.
It's a big flip to win there. All the short stacks at the table too. Chander, I mean, Sean sitting with only 40 big blinds. No player, not incredibly deep. I mean, that's deep relative to the table, but sometimes you get these final tables where players are incredibly deep. No one is super deep. And I will be joined this afternoon by none other than Shanice. Welcome, Shanice. How you doing?
Hi, DT. I'm so glad you're back. I missed you last week. They left me by myself.
Good to be back. Had a small issue at the house. Couldn't quite get away from. Chander opening ace queen off. Picking up some hands. Luis on the button with sixes. Stack size is really awkward for this. I don't really like flat and I don't really like raise. Kind of just like fold. It depends on how light you think Chander's opening. If you think he's opening, you know, the ace five, then we can stick it in and just hope we get enough folds to make it profitable. But I don't think he's going to be opening that light. 7 deuce off, not going to do it. Good pickup. I don't think Chander would have been in a folding mood with ace queen off.
Who wins?
Take it to the streets with that hand.
versus Baccarat.
In this game we play poker. Ace queen is favorite.
Not shy about telling the table what he had either.
I think he showed it. It's a much friendlier table than in a lot of these smaller events. You'll notice that a lot of the players are a lot more chatty, and I like that. It's a lot more fun. It feels a lot more casual, even though they are playing for big money. It's a whole different vibe than the everybody is dead silent, super serious, which I don't mind either because I mean, when you're playing for big money, you can be as quiet as you want.
True. Make your decisions. I think in general, Houston poker tends to be pretty friendly. And I think if you battle the crazy number of people that we had for this tournament, the turnout, the quality of players, I think you're just happy to be at the final table.
Always a big accomplishment making it to the final table of any poker tournament. Sean, chip later, thinking about what he wants to do. Gonna open the queen 9 off from the cutoff. Don't mind it. I would really like to see him, if he opens this one, to just really loosen up his range and start attacking these short stacks. Because he has the stack that can gamble with it. And he makes a very sizable raise. And I don't mind this at all. Ricardo just mucking the king queen off.
Not even much thought really.
I'm
The sizing.
I'm surprised.
My friend.
And that's good play by Sean.
It's right.
The L in there.
My accent is different.
Yep, Kevin
Chander.
just having to fold.
No L. Yeah, that's it. What do you say?
I don't know.
Chandler telling people how to say his name.
Chandler.
I guess I'm good because I never have that problem at the table. You might have that problem.
I do, but it's okay. I don't mind some of the variations of my name. It's come up, works for me
I
in the
guess
long
the
run.
easiest one I could think of is to be like Shanice, like Janice.
Yeah, I do get that a lot.
If I don't see you, I don't. But I see you too much. So but if I see you once,
But it kind of, it went from nice to she nice, and that kind of works.
She nice.
They're able to remember that easier. So
No, no, thank you.
we have dialogue. We have
Right.
nice, nice.
Kevin, the shortest stack, just about at 4 big blinds. Timmy Bands, right at 6. Kenneth, right around the same 6. Little over 6, but 6 plus the ante.
looking for aces. There's one.
You're just gonna fold muck the ace 7, ace 5 gone. Ace 8 gonna open it up. The first 3 hands that we see an ace. That's not good for the person raising with an ace. Queens for Timmy Bands. This is gonna get in the middle.
No brainer.
We have one move only. Kevin gonna be real short after this.
C5 calls.
Gets called.
Pocket queen.
And with 3 aces dead, or 2 aces dead, there's only 1 left in the deck. Timmy Band's in really good shape for a double up. Nice clean flop, has spades covered. Always a sweat now. Needs a faded deuce or an ace. Like a good sweat though.
Always, never easy.
Best hand got better. Nice double up for Timmy. Now you can feel a lot more comfortable about his position. Can be a little pickier with the spots.
Yeah, definitely a nice feeling to double up there.
I'm shocked at the raise call off from Luis. I don't. Ace. I would have liked it. I like the raise. I think a fold is a lot more standard. You're not in great shape against any hand that Timmy's gonna pile in the middle. You're flipping with a lot of his hands. I was surprised to see the snap call.
Yeah. How much more did he have to?
It was 340 more to call. So obviously the price kind of dictated his choice. But
Yeah, that's enough to fold, I think there.
I think saving the 4 big blinds when someone has, less than 4 big blinds is probably worth it. Especially we're getting to the stage where every big blind is so crucial, because now if you double up and you're missing those 3 big blinds, that's another 6 big blinds that you could have had.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I don't know how everybody at the table thinks. I don't know what the conversation is, but as stacks get shorter, ICM talks, yeah.
ICM becomes much more plausible.
Yeah.
Because the shorter the stacks are, the more gambling you're gonna have to do. All right, maybe Luis just came to play because he's limping the ace 5 off. Ricardo folding the ace 8 after the limp. And oh no, Ricardo's in there. Never mind. I don't mind this either after a limp. I like this spot a lot better because of his stack size. And Chandler's turn with queens.
Queens again.
Ace 8 versus queens. Apparently this is going to be the battle for the... Only 1 ace dead so far. Chandler just taking his time. He's not folding this hand. Thinking about what he wants to do. Interestingly enough, I would like to see a call. I don't mind all in. All in's just standard. But both are going to look pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to let the big blind in.
I wouldn't mind with their stack sizes letting someone else in.
Showdown dice.
How many queens ace 8 are we gonna
Yeah,
do here?
even the players are recognizing 2 hands in a row, queens versus ace 8. Maybe that's just how the tournament's... Oh! This time ace 8 coming out way ahead. Queens need a queen right now or running spades.
I have.
That's now a queen alone.
Somebody got a queen?
Looking pretty thin. Ace 8 will scoop it. Nice double up for Ricardo. Now gets a small little buffer to his stack. A lot more breathing room though with this.
Absolutely, and those two hands are 1 and 1.
Yep. The classic battle. Ace 8 versus Ace 8 off, not even suited versus queen.
Dead men tell no tales.
Chandra's still sitting in a good spot. We have everyone's really. I'm surprised everyone's not really
Maybe another one. You
playing
don't know.
patiently to see Kenneth and Kevin how they're gonna adjust to this because they're pretty short. Their chips are gonna have to go in the middle sometime soon. Way more. You could be pretty patient in these scenarios. Don't really need to force action. Luis was one of those shorter, so I don't mind his stack. But now that he's, or I'm sorry, Ricardo was the shorter one. Now that he's sitting pretty, he can breathe a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the offsuit ace combinations sometimes fall out of range this late at the final table, but ace is still the best card in the deck, so.
Timmy gonna open this one for sure. And we're also at the stage where you're gonna start seeing a lot smaller opening raise sizings or really, really large opening raise sizings saying I'm committing myself. Kevin's gonna have to go with this. He can't. This is too much hand for our stack size to fold. We don't get a lot better draws. He knows it too.
Yeah.
We're not. It's not a slam dunk. I'm so happy. I'm getting all my chips in. Chandler has a hand that can look this up because the action won't be open to Timmy. So you can call this, and if someone behind you reshoves, you can fold. But you're really just looking to play a little 2 versus 1 on elimination here.
Yeah, absolutely. You have the power of the button.
Does make a disciplined fold. You see that a lot in these spots where someone's facing elimination. Yes, you could triple them up, but his stack is so short that tripling them up isn't the biggest deal in the world.
Right,
But
so only have 600,000, so only half the Chandra stack.
Timmy's gonna call ace, deuce, way at risk. We got some spades missing, so deuce is. See if Kevin can find a deuce. The deuce would be loose. No deuce. Running spades now or a deuce. I guess
5 or a 4 would.
4-4 sweat.
Yeah.
5 or a 4-4 sweat. No sweat. Just a few outs.
Only a deuce, really.
Deuce? Yeah, deuce and deuce alone. That's going to do it. And with that, we'll see Kevin eliminated in 8th place for $3,070. Still a pretty good score. He did ladder up while nursing that short stack.
Yeah, absolutely. An extra $500. That is an entry or two in some of our upcoming events. So
yeah, one of his bullets back from this main event. So not a bad ladder up. And next player eliminated will get $37.10 for their time.
everyone's still chasing that top prize, over 25K for first place. What an incredible single day tournament.
Yeah, not a bad payout for a $400 event. Timmy chipping up real nicely there. Now Kenneth, the one in the danger zone. And everybody in the middle here can just, like I said before, can just kind of wait. See what Luis and Kenneth do. Kenneth going to be at the mercy of the deck. But that's okay. It's just something that you have to get used to when you start playing poker tournaments. Once you start getting this short, if you make it to the final table, you're going to be at the mercy of the deck.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, sometimes I think it's easier.
It is very easy. you're not really gonna get bluffed off your stack. Off your stack.
You can make all of your decisions pre-flop or on first street, and
We're good. Get me thinking about the opening the Jack 10 off. Does decide better and folds. I think with cannons so short is a big factor. Even though Jack 10 actually does very well versus short stacks. Gander gonna open it. The King 8 off. I believe the blinds went up to yeah, 77, 50, 75, 75, I believe, as it was. So, or 80, 40, 80, 80. Yeah, 48. No, the blinds are the same. I can't.
I think it was 40-80.
It's 40, 80, 80. The blinds are still 80, 80. Hope everyone out there is having a good afternoon so far. Thanks for joining us here in the booth. And if y'all stay tuned, we will have more poker action for you. A little bit different. We will be following the stream with our 136 PLO live stream today.
Ooh, you missed a wild one last week.
I joined in late on the last one. I wasn't able to tune in until the tail end. When I saw some numbers at the end, some big numbers on both sides.
Yes, it was a lot of action. Quads over quads, kind of.
I saw that hand where Please Fold would have rivered quads versus Bros, and that was so sick too because he knew he made the right fold.
Yes.
The way the action went down, there's no way you're ever good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing about poker. You can make the right decision and still get a bad beat. Folds and still get a bad beat. It's,
I mean, that's because he would have gotten everything.
All the money.
Ambrose would have called it off. It looks like they're coloring up or doing something weird. Yeah, they're coloring up. They're racing. They will be taking the 5Ks out of play. Ricardo gets a nice pickup with jacks. I don't know why it says breaking news up in the left-hand corner.
I mean, this is the breaking news in Houston poker.
Has that been there for a while?
It has, yeah.
Interesting. I guess I just it was inside but out of mind instead of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris, 1 minute exactly, nothing over. You're gonna have to buy anything there.
I will say it was breaking news last night that we had 5 PLO cash games here while this final table was finishing. So some of the players you guys recognize from the PLO stream, Jonathan. We had some of the guys coming in with their tournament winnings fresh from the cage into the PLO game afterwards.
It was wild. The action was wild.
This is 1 million.
Feels like we should have a 100K single day every Wednesday. Why
I saw in the PLO games last night one of the most absurd hero calls I've ever seen in a PLO game.
Oh, do tell.
Long story short, Sonny, tournament crusher, pulled off a massive river bluff for a pot-sized bet of $2,000 on a board of Queen 4, 3, 9, 5. Spade, front door spades missed. Action check on the turn after a pot call on the flop and a pot bet and a call, and got called by one pair, a pair of jacks.
Oh wow!
And was good.
Oh wow!
The jacks were good. Sonny was bluffing, and it was wild.
That yeah.
So even Sonny was just shocked, and he gave it to the guys. It's one of the best calls that someone's ever made versus me.
Yeah, that's. I'm assuming. Did Sonny show his hand?
Oh, he showed his hand. He had
spades and the.
He had spades. He had a straight draw.
Yeah, straight draw. I mean, that is a tough call because it's not like if you put him on spades and straight draw, a straight did come. So.
I'm sorry, the river wasn't a 5, it was an 8. But either way, but the jacks were important because to block
Right,
jack
block
10.
the Jack 10.
Uh,
Okay.
But still, I mean, one pair and hold them for big bets is hard enough. Calling with one pair and DLO for a big bet is
Takes gumption.
yeah.
That is optimistic at best. I don't think it would work for me, but
I've seen some of the better hero calls I've seen were in PLO. And for those of y'all that think people don't bluff in PLO, people most certainly bluff. You just don't
100%.
catch them.
We catch them on the stream every once in a while.
I believe the blinds will go up to 50, 100, 100 after this break.
Absolutely. Are you gonna get a chance to play anything during the series, or are we gonna be in our respective boxes and hobby holes?
Respective boxes and hobby holes it is, because I think the only game I will be able to play, I may enter, is the mixed game event.
The horse on Tuesday? Okay, I
No,
will see you there.
Wednesday.
The dealer's choice one?
Dealer's choice on Wednesday.
Okay, okay.
So I may enter that. It depends on how I feel. I have to get permission from the wife though.
Okay.
I'm supposed to spend the afternoon with her, and with as busy as we've been, I think I might just not play poker.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we're gonna.
It's been
we're
slammed
gonna
in
be,
here.
yeah, we're gonna be using you in a lot of capacities over the next couple weeks. So it's gonna be very, very busy here at TCH Houston. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play the horse. Maybe the PLO8 on Monday, but definitely the horse. Which I'm actually excited. You know, I do like multi-day hold'em tournaments.
It's PLO. We have a PLO8 event Monday, horse Tuesday, dealer's choice Wednesday, and then triple on Thursday.
Yeah.
So for those of y'all no limit holder lovers out there, get out there. Those are the tournaments that are up for grabs.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a great selection of events. A little bump. I wish the triple was on a day that I was
That you
able
could
to
play,
play.
yeah.
Because that's really, really fun. But I will at least be in the building. I'll get to watch him play.
I dealt someone the stone cold nuts in deuce to 7 the other day. Deuce 3 4 5 7.
Just Pat.
He didn't pat. He drew into it.
Oh, okay, okay. Nice.
So it was concealed on the river, and everyone was like, "Oh man," because he drew one, and he's like, "I drew the 3."
Wow.
Just drew perfect just slotted right in there.
Was that a reshuffled deck too, or
No, that was
clean?
that was clean.
Three?
A clean 3.
Wow. That is somebody
hard to
probably
do.
that got they got paid. I'm assuming
Yeah,
they
it
got
was.
paid in 1 or 2 spots probably. Catching
It
on
was
the river.
three players. Not a bunch of bets went in, but he still got the most. Most he could have.
Did we had a mixed game last night?
No, this was Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. We did have a mixed game Sunday.
Very short-lived.
Yeah. Just long enough for a few of the dealers to get their
fix
tipsy
in.
on. Yeah.
Their fix in. One day I'm gonna join in. Every time I get off and y'all have mixed game, it's full.
Oh yeah, it does fill up quick.
And
It
then-
fills up very, very quickly.
And then it broke that night when I left. So
yeah, if there's 3 or more dealers at the table, then the sharks come running from wherever. They see the list and they see two to 3 dealers on the table. So it fills up very quickly.
I haven't figured out which game I'm gonna play for my first down of mixed game.
Ooh, there's so many great choices.
I think I'm gonna do 49-0.
Oh wow, you just want to come just with fire.
Yeah.
This-
And for those of y'all that don't know what
Somebody to get
49-0 is, it's a 5-card. It's a 5-card draw game. each card is assigned a point value. All the face cards and tens are, or all the face cards are worth 0. All the other cards are worth what the number is, and so it's a split pot game. You get 3 draws. Half the pot goes to the highest point total, and the other half of the pot goes to the lowest point total. Obviously, the nuts is 49, which is 4 tens and a 9, and and there's a bunch of combinations of zeros. So a lot of paint in the day. But it's a pretty fun game because you get like with all split pot games, you got to figure out what everyone's drawn for.
Exactly. If you don't have the stone nuts or close to the nuts,
I don't know how you figure out what people are drawing to.
it's harder to get 49 than it is to get 0.
Well,
so that's
yeah.
always, like,
So most
one
people are.
consideration. Oh,
Everybody's wearing the final table hat.
very, very nice. Always nice to get something a little bit special. Like you said, it's tough to make a final table, so
What size hat are you, my friend?
it's a nice little keepsake.
I like hats better than card protectors. Because I feel like everyone brings their own little special something for a card protector. Whereas everyone can wear a hat and
enough.
still use their special card protector.
I am too negligent with my small objects to keep a card protector, so I just hold my cards.
See, I have mine here. I don't know if you've seen mine ever.
See what you got.
But this is the best card protector in the world.
Aww.
He's licking his nuts. In chat, for those of you who have seen my card protector, is a tiger sitting there licking his nuts.
Yeah, he can't quite reach them, but he's working on it.
It's hands down the best card protector I've ever had.
Wow. Yeah, this guy is definitely special. Chad, I wish you could see this right now. He's quite hilarious. I wouldn't even try Googling it though, because then you might get flagged.
Yeah, get something else. Definitely don't Google cat licking nuts at work. Or do. I don't know.
If you don't like your job.
Or it depends on where you work.
It was DT. If you see that in the chat history, in the search history, it was DT. It wasn't me.
And we're back. 51-1, a little bit of a bigger blind increase. Doesn't help Kenneth. His chip stack still big danger zone. Chander thinking about what he wants to do with this King 10. Gonna open this. This is too good of a hand with our chip stack to not open.
Suited and booted.
Offsuit, we can probably start folding, but suited pegs it up a little bit. Gets through with conveniently also the best hand dealt out in this slew of cards.
It's big.
Thank you.
Like I said, they run cute, so I'll go by the size.
Extra small, too small, right?
Right. Extra small is too small.
You need extra large for sure.
Small, medium, one medium.
I know.
I can't have the one that doesn't even fit on my head. So I guess I have to stick with this hat. More important to get lucky right now than to be table finalist.
Chander really opening up. A6 suited under the gun is pretty wide, but yeah, ambitious is better. Louis gonna put it in the middle. Not Chander really. If he wants to gamble, he can gamble. We'll see what he wants to do. Chandler does want to gamble. 6 it in. Looks. You're gonna look at it. He's in bad shape. It's gonna be hard to be in good shape with the ace-6, which is one of the reasons why we should consider not.
Slow and low, that is the tempo.
Don't mind it though. Aggression does pay off at these tables, especially with Kenneth being as short as he is. Chandler looking for a 6 now. 6 alone.
Ooh, black cards, red flop.
Definitely a 6 and a 6 alone.
6 of hearts.
Chandler trying to manifest the 6 of hearts, and that is the king. He manifested a heart, but not the 6 of hearts. Nice double up for Luis. Now a little bit safer. Everybody's sitting now in the middle, sitting about even. 1 point middle number, like 3, 4, or 5 million, and then Kenneth there at the bottom. And Sean sitting real comfy at top, 3.3 million.
I have a blind in here.
Yes, 1 and 1, please. Good. Okay, 2 folds. 4 fold. 5 fold. 6 makes it 225. 7 folds.
Sean opening the ace-10 off. Not a bad hand to look at.
8 folds. 1 fold.
Not the best, but still, any Broadway ace is a welcome sight when you're the chip leader at these final tables.
As a chip leader, you're cool with it. As a short stack,
You're still probably cool with it, just less excited.
yeah, you're willing, but I don't know. I personally have bad history with the hand myself. But you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta play the hands that you're dealt the way that you're supposed to play them.
Oh no, because he's talking about this. You're one behind, but everybody's like,
I know I liked it.
You might get a double dose of Jonathan today, chat. One of our Halo stream regulars.
Your ace size bet.
Yes, I believe he is returning.
It's kind of weird to see him play 2 cards. Don't see him playing 2 cards a lot out there.
He's run well in some of the
events.
multi-day tournaments. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, Houston has at least one 100K a month, if not 3 or 4, one every weekend almost. So.
1 raise.
Chandler gonna pilot.
2 all in.
King 7 off, blind versus blind, pretty standard. Got snapped by Kenneth. Let's see what we got to work with here.
Yes, 2 all
2 10s for Kenneth it is. That is a great time to pick up 2 10s. Chandler's still alive.
The standard part is the that's pretty standard.
What do you think of our new chip color scheme?
I love it. I love them so much. It's such a
Full house.
Tough.
Chandler drawing almost dead.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I understand, bro.
Now he's drawing dead.
I understand. I know poker.
It's a good time to pick up 2 10s for Kenneth. And to flop that big. A welcome double up for him too. Breathing a little bit of life into his very, very short stack.
yeah. The
Now-
big blind is not supposed to have that good of a hand when you do that.
Yeah, King 7 is a slam dunk
Yeah.
shove, blind versus blind with that in that scenario.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, don't
If they wake up with something, so be it. They wake up with something.
underdog.
It just goes to show how quickly in these tournaments, in the final stages, that a couple of hands can change the dynamic very quickly.
What does that mean? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. You can say you can push.
In tournament pokers, you just a lot of those decisions. I mean, mathematically, King Seven's just gonna be so much better than the hand that he's gonna be dealt. And if he does get dealt a hand like say tens, a lot of the pocket pairs, you know, you have 30, 25, 30% equity, even close to 45. So it's the shove, very standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eights versus sevens. Chander is running into it. I think his chips are going to be in the middle now. Sean, the chip leader, opened up. Chander on the button with sevens. This is either going to get in the middle.
One calls 225. Two folds.
I'm very surprised he elected to just call. I would imagine this would have been a shove or fold spot. Seven's not going to play very well post flop if we don't flop a set. And this is the worst flop to see for sevens. Sean thinking about what he wants to do. He's gonna just bet. I like betting. Chander's big aces, ace queen, ace jack, even ace 10, ace king for sure, gonna shove pre-flop. I think Chander could work in if he really wanted to. I don't know if he's thought about some call aces. I don't think there are gonna be any calls with kings. And any calls with ace king or nines. So the strongest hand Chander could have on this board is aces, and does make it the correct laydown. Is behind. Very unfortunate flop for him.
Looking for a completely different board.
There's not a lot of boards you're looking for with sevens though.
That's true.
For the lunch tomorrow, papa.
Sí, como que no. ¿A dónde vamos?
Yes, sir. Whatever you wanna do, baby. You know.
Six folds. Seven fold. Eight fold. One all in. Two folds.
6 1/4.
Chander somehow driving all the action at the table. Not
Somehow? Have you played with them before?
Yeah, I played with him before, but he's getting hands here at least. And these, I don't mind the shove with Jack Nine. Now we're racing.
You should
Big
be
race.
live. Yeah, I mean Jack 9, your cards are live typically. So
Great.
if you do get action, 9 on the flop for him.
It's a good flop for the Jack Nine. Hearts are live though.
Oh yeah.
It's always a sweat, they say. Safe. And Chander with some big swings.
You know, I mean he's a fighter. He's in the streets. He's swinging. So
Staying alive and back to where he was before.
We good? I double you up, you double me up. We good?
Prince again.
We never stop. We're just
Prince
competitors.
again, right.
Prince again.
We would never stop. We're just competitors.
Prince again.
what's up, James? Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. we've got a lot of fun. We got the tournament and PLO action, so
Fortunately, we're playing. We're not baccarat. This is a really good spot. You had a 0 lead. Tense.
Kenneth still in the danger zone though. Gonna need another fortunate hand like the tens. That, I mean, that's a dream spot when you're a short stack, is someone shoving into you when you have a hand.
oh yeah, just let them come to you.
Surprised though yet. No aces, kings, or queens, or no aces or kings at the final table. Only queens have made an appearance.
He doesn't really care about some nice hand, but he's practicing my name. And he's doing a very good job. He's doing a very good job.
One more time.
No, you said it right.
Practice.
I wasn't being sarcastic. I'm saying.
Trying to just talk, saying. I think someone's just saying. Might be Jonathan. Saying his name over and over.
Huh? What happened?
Chandra's he's a lot of the action at the table. He's a lot of the banter at the table. So
Great guy, a talker too.
definitely
Loves
Get a read on my one card.
tournament regular here, or just regular here. Tournament regular in the Houston scene, but Texas Card House regular. Very animated. This is a tame Chandra. Normally, there's a little bit more.
C2?
I guess the long
talking?
poker. Yeah. I'm gonna.
I mean-
The long poker day is taking a toll on these players. I mean, when this final table started at like 12:30 last night.
yeah, they'd already been here since 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
King 10 off, opened by Ricardo. This one,
2 is all in.
Kenneth waking up with the ace king. Ricardo kind of priced in their call. The 10's not in the deck.
6 ones.
They go.
Two 10's left, or 1 10 left. 2 10's gone.
552 is all in for 500.
We just gotta shrug and call.
550.
Yeah, pot's too big. Our hand's very marginal, but they're getting the math.
I know you, baby.
Looking for queen jack. Didn't see too many queens or jacks, so
The last 10 would be the miracle flop card.
I don't care what that is.
One jack's an okay start. 9 or queen on the turn to breathe some life. That's no life. 10, last 10 alone will get Ricardo the pot. Kenneth looking to pull his oh.
wow. That is painful.
Unfortunate. Kenneth eliminated in 7th place. We'll take home 37-10. Nice run, Kenneth. Had some great spots to try and really make a run for it at the end. But once again, it's just at the mercy of the deck at the end of the day.
I hope they don't tell him that
it was a
they
one-outer?
pulled the 10s.
Yeah, one-outer.
Yeah.
In spot, in cash games, I don't care if people tell me that. In tournament table, don't please follow poker etiquette. Don't start telling people you folded their outs. Just let them live the moment and then feel the pain when they go back and watch the hand on the stream.
I saw that and I was like, bro, his outs are fucking gone. The king and the 10, I was like,
Hey, bro. Squishy.
Where did they find that one?
Timmy saying, yeah, as soon as he saw the hands, he said, I folded the same hand. Yeah. It was a big
Little bit of a
elimination.
bad beat. Yeah, huge.
Alright, English only at the poker table.
They're clapping and dancing. Does that mean that they're?
Portugal, mira.
Yeah, no hablo español.
I don't understand your song.
Yeah, me neither, Chandra.
You watched the World Cup, the last one?
No, I
It still
don't.
does not help me understand the song.
I'm kidding.
I mean, some things are universal in language.
Song
You
and
have to
dance
understand
universal.
it. Yeah,
Understanding the
absolutely.
song and the dance not universal.
All you have to do is be happy. Be happy. Oh, and he's got the Portugal soccer jersey on.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense. Makes even more
Sean
sense
just
now.
gonna raise this. Yep. Ace deuce suited, good enough. Sean quietly just chipping up. No real resistance to him. I mean, chip leader gets a bigger gap on the field.
Yeah, he gets to have his way. People are steering clear. I think Sean, another tournament right here in the Houston area. Been on, had some decent runs recently, and I think he's a player that people consider to be solid, 100%. So
Hasn't gotten really out of line. Understands with the sizing. Like the queen nine off sizing was a really good indication of that. Just chose the larger sizing to deter light calls and saying that if you have a short stack, I am committed. So it very what seven deuces shown up a lot.
One fold.
Oh, we didn't look. I didn't know that.
Jonathan in the hijack. This is gonna go in the middle. Not a lot of better spots. You can consider, yeah. You can consider kind of min raising it and then folding if someone does this. But if the short stack does this, we're gonna have to call it off. I think. Ricardo just gonna muck the ace four deuce, not gonna cut it, and we're in another domination spot. If Jonathan finds the call, and when we bet this much of our stack versus another short stack, it's really gonna be how light do you think he's shoving? And if you think he's shoving any pair plus most of the Broadway combinations, then we just kind of have to flick it in. Does make a very disciplined laydown, and Luis doesn't know this at the moment, but he got away with it there.
I think the one thing that might have deterred Jonathan is just I think we've seen we fit in with kind of any ace, ace X, and so if you feel like so much of that range is geared toward any ace, not being quite as selective, unfortunately you're still behind even if it is ace deuce, ace tray.
You're flipping with those, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Still the middle of the pack. Chandler, Timmy, and Luis sitting about even. Ricardo only got about 5 big blinds on them. Sean waiting from the pack and Jonathan at the bottom. This, we have to put this in the middle. Yep.
5 fold. 6 fold.
6-handed, 8's under the gun. Gonna go in the middle. See if anyone's home. No jack 6. Chandler, king 5, not gonna cut it. Jonathan gonna pick up the blinds and antes, I think. Chandler thinking about making this call. This would be an extremely light call. I would like, if we had a hand, to be at least have a chance of being ahead.
Suited or connected or.
And king 5 is not. Yeah, king 5 is never going to be ahead.
Suited or anything.
Good pickup for Jonathan. He's going to post again. At least picks up the blinds and antes. I really wish this is the one event I kind of wanted to play, not because I didn't want to play any of the other events, but because I think it was logically the most realistic one to play, with only taking one day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not just with our schedules. You know, we've got to deal some cards here and there for the next couple weeks, but you know, I mean, being able to get up and over 25K for one day's work is amazing.
James, I do not believe Jonathan is a dealer. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he is not. Sean, another pickup. Like I said, just quietly chipping up. And sometimes that's how chip leaders get their stacks.
Yeah,
Just
no
no resistance. They just keep building and building and building.
That's one of the things about, you know, learning not just how to survive at a final table. I mean, of course, you can always make it with a chip and a chair. I've won a tournament all in the blinds at a final table before, but when you have that advantage and are able to continue to snowball, you just give yourself that much more of a chance.
There's our GM, Alan, making sure he gets camera time. Just the money shot, though.
Definitely. He is always running around.
Shout out to Alan for doing a good job.
It has been definitely, I've been so excited to be a part of this team, part of TCH at large, but especially here at TCH Houston on Westheimer. The staff love working here. I think players are loving playing here, and you can see that by, you know, having 15 tables at midnight on a Wednesday. It's pretty great.
Did not expect that for a Wednesday night. That's crazy. Our record is 18 cash games on Friday night. And to have 15 on a Wednesday night is absurd. 5 of which were PLO.
Yeah. So it was definitely awesome to see a lot of
Six
support.
1-2s, 4 1-3s, 5 PLO. I think it was 3 1-3 PLOs and 2 1-3-6s.
Yep. Yeah, it was absolutely a great night to be here last night. Thank you so much to all of our Houston poker players for the support. I look forward to continuing to see you guys over the next couple of weeks.
Oh, it feels so bad to fold that one.
I know, it's so cute.
I think that Henry's wrong. I think Sean's got 9-8 suited in the big blind.
Oh, so that was just a sneak peek into, okay, that was a sneak peek into Sean's hand.
Yes.
So we will be more than likely calling regular size raises here.
No, that's not a regular sized raise.
Yeah, that is not.
We can shove with the 9-8 suited. We can't call it off.
Not for the amount that he has now. He hadn't doubled up.
5 and 60, 5 and 6. It was just 1,375,000, 1.375.
That's a lot less than screen showed.
What was the count the dealer said?
1,375,000. Yep.
Still too much. Still.
It's just way too much.
Yeah.
Once again, 9-8 suited a hand in blind versus blind you want to be shoving with, not calling it off. For 10-ish big blinds.
Not unless it hits the muck. Well, you have some cards over here.
Alan really working the shuffle. Coming through the mic, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a firm grip on those things. Keep them under control.
One thing I've noticed at tournament final tables is you can always tell who the fun ones are when they're drinking.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I personally think I even watched YouTube suggested a short for me, Daniel Negreanu talking about the bell curve of drinks to increase in poker play and and the short rapid incline and then also decline.
Decline, yeah. Once you've had the third one, it's out.
Yeah, yeah, right around there.
Yeah, very loose defend out of the big blind. It is suited, and it is defendable, but with the stacks as what they are, surprised. Almost, it is 3x. Queen 10 still the best of it. Got to get to showdown. This hand smashes Ricardo's range. Let's see if just rips it. That I did not expect. Two things in that hand happened that I did not expect. But I mean, the best hand won. Bluffing with the best hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know for a min raise or maybe a 2.2, you're definitely allowed to defend all of
the
your
queen
suited
two suited?
queens.
Yeah.
But when you start
3x.
getting a 3, it starts getting.
With Jonathan sitting on 6 big blinds, Chander sitting on 9. I mean these stack sizes are so short that the big blind, every big blind matters so much.
Yeah, I mean, if we're
Take a picture for sure, but you are for me.
got a lot of players that short, you wonder if they're gonna start talking about.
This is where ICM matters the most, is when the blinds start to shrivel up. People understand that the amount of gambling that's going to have to be done. Chander, Ace Jack, 9 big blinds is going in. Yeah, we don't want to see a flop. We want to see all 5 cards. We have 9 big blinds.
1,075,000.
Uh-oh, Sean has a hand that can consider looking this up.
Come on, you gotta chip this one.
I think that there are certain players that Ace Jack would be
Or
pretty
Ace 10.
quickly folded, but
Oh, Sean
or
makes
Ace
the
10,
call.
Yeah, excuse me, Ace 10. But
I'm not surprised Sean looks Chander up with the Ace 10.
yeah,
And Domination Nation, we are in.
Too much. 1,075,000.
Sean looking for 10 or
another
straight.
miracle 10. Can we get another miracle 10? Or I don't know. We already had one.
One miracle 10 on the stream so far. Let's see if we can get another one. That's a miracle 10. That is a very bad flop for Chander. Chander not drawing to 3 outs, just the jack. Oh, and that's going to seal it. Ace to chop.
No, bro. It's a cheat,
Single ace to chop.
Wow. Team for playing, bro.
The 10s are the key card at this final table.
And just like that, Chander will be eliminated in 6th place. Whereas efforts will still get 44.50. Not a bad payday once again. And with that, next player eliminated will be playing for 57.30 and 4th place. Well, taking home a cool 25.525.
You're not even say coming.
Wow, they don't even let Chander get out of the stage area before they start asking what do you want to do. But you know, the difference between splitting between 6 and 5 can be huge. So everybody, I think every player kind of has a number of people in their head that they'd be willing to chop with.
This deal favors splitting when the chips are this small. Favors Jonathan, or the people in the middle. Really, it does not favor Jonathan. The small, but it favors the people in the middle the most.
You want to see that show?
It should favor Sean very well because he has such a overwhelming. Like when you have so many more of the chips at the table too. I mean, he has half of the chips in play.
Yeah, I don't know if how much of the negotiations we're gonna watch, but I do know exactly how much first place got, and it was not that far off from the from the listed prize pool,
How much you got?
relatively. I mean, sometimes ICM can take a big chunk out of the first place, but
The players are talking about it themselves. I think they're going to look at ICM numbers, and they're talking about other negotiations themselves.
yeah, a lot of times, sometimes you know, you get the ICM number back. Maybe the big stack wants a little bit more, so everybody keeps their ICM number, but maybe throws a 500 or
You know, $100 off of each or 500. Yeah.
yeah, or something to the big stacks.
I know the blind next to
Right now, it's whoever's hot.
Right,
Who's gonna win it? 575, Papa.
I don't necessarily agree with that. T-Ban saying whoever's hot is going to win it. I think Sean's chip stack is large enough to where he can really leverage it into either first or second.
Yeah.
The short stacks are kind of at the mercy of the cards, whereas Sean has a lot of room to work with.
1.225.
Yeah, he definitely does. But you know, like you said, a couple of hands and then it's even Steven, so and these players have had
A long day.
a long day, yeah, with more poker to come this weekend, so
This is the original payouts. This is what they're trying to chop up in the top 5 spots. First place 25, 525, second 16, 960, third 11, 4. I'm not going to do the math for all this stats stuff, but
it's well over 60.
yeah.
You gotta put me on there, right? Yeah.
Are you usually one that wants to play it out, or
If
you
I
wanna-
had Sean stack, I would play it.
you do
I would,
play it?
and if I stack someone else, then I would still play it.
Is there a question of specifically like what your number is? So like, let's say if he can secure at least 20 right now, would you just take the 20 and leave the 5?
Yeah, you can find out what it is.
The competitive person in me would want to play it out because if I feel like I have a better than 5K, if I'm better than, I
Want to hear what it is? That's all.
don't know what the number is, like, let's say better than a 3K edge on them, and I can, and the difference between second and first is, or the chop is 20 versus 25. I feel like I just play for the extra 2. However, there also comes down to what is your time worth. But this will get finished up very shortly. If I had Sean stack and they gave me very close to first place's money, I would probably just take it.
Okay.
We can play.
Do you want me to spoil the number?
I know what the numbers are. I was here last night, and
okay.
I talked with Timmy after this happened. But well, as y'all already know, listen to us. We have the numbers. This is what the players agreed upon. Jonathan getting $10,000. Timmy getting $11,000. Yeah. Ricardo getting 11, 5, 15. Luis getting 14, and then Sean getting 21. And I think based on these original numbers, I'd be happy with that as Sean.
Yeah.
You're taking a 4.5K pay cut. That's fine. Tournament's ending. You're guaranteeing 21K. Second is 16. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a good deal for first and second. It's a great deal for third and fourth. It's also a pretty good deal for fifth because fifth place was almost twice.
Yeah.
So this is the point where ICM probably has the best implications. But thanks for joining us. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for a 136 PLO live stream. Hope to see y'all then. Thanks for joining us. Another great event to start this PokerAtlas tour here at Texas Card House. See y'all in a bit.